Hmm. In Nigeria, and I don't know other parts of the world though, I want to believe that out of every 10 homes that eat yam, out of every 10 homes that eat yam, 8 throw away, they don't eat the head of the yams. Out of every 10 homes that eat yam, they don't eat, out of every 10 homes that eat yam, 8 we cut off the head and throw away. If that's how you do in your house, please just confirm it for me in the comment section. Just confirm that in your place, when you eat yam, that's what I do. I just throw it away. Just write that. That's how I do. I want to be sure that what I'm saying, I'm not just capping. Now, do you know that this part that you threw away, you can plant it? In my last video, how to plant yams. Okay, it's not displayed on the screen. How to plant yams. The ones I planted this year, 2025. I planted all parts of yam. I've proven to you all that any part of yam can grow so long as it has sprouts. Every part of yam can grow. Go and check some of my past videos after watching this one. You see that you can plant any part of yam. Do you know that for every yam you eat, you have another free yam? That's what I'm trying to tell you in this video. For every yam that you eat, you go to the market and buy a tuber of yam, 3,000 or 2,500 or 2,000 as the case may be. You can hardly get yams below 2,000 now. Very good big yam. If you can, please write it down. Let me know where you can get that. Maybe in Benue State, the food basket of the nation, where most of these things are produced for in commercial quantity. For every yam you eat, you have a free yam. So what if every year you eat 100 tubers of yams? Have you seen that you have 100 tubers for next year? If every year you eat 100 tubers of yam and you decide to plant that head, that part you throw away, you have a tuber of yam for next year. So if you eat 100 tubers of yam, you have free 100 tubers of yam for next year. If you eat 200 tubers of yam, you have free 200 tubers of yam for next year. You say, Emeka, what are you saying? Mazi Omenuko, what are you saying? What I'm saying is that some of you go to the market, and when you go to the market, we all know this bag in Nigeria, this sack bag. If you don't know this sack bag, you know cement sack bags. Don't you know that with your cement sack bag or this bag, you can plant yams? You don't need to go and say, oh, I don't have land where to farm yams. Nah, the world has gone beyond that. You don't need to say, oh, I don't have. Look at this, my bedroom, for example, can take 50, let me say at least 80. Okay, if I want space to be able to move around, 80 bags of this filled with sand. Now, even if you have a space just in your compound that you can use as big as your room where you live, and you can plant 50, why not just do it? See how if you buy 50 tubers of yam at 2,000 naira every year, you spend 100,000 to buy yams. So if you had the opportunity to actually spend, let me say 60 naira for that same yam, won't you do it? How do you spend 60 naira to buy a big tuber of yam that is sold for 2,500 or 2,000 naira? That head of yam, you have already bought it. That yam, you've already bought it. So that head that you're going to plant, go to any site that they are working. People are building houses. People are molding blocks. Beg them, please give me your empty cement sack bags. They will give to you. Those that want to sell it, there are people that sell it as much as 100 naira. But tell them you're not using it for commercial purpose. You're not selling it back. They can give it to you. 30 naira. You go and you call an aboki person or any laborer, wherever you are. They can fill this sack up for you with 30 naira for sand. They will go and look for topsoil for you and fill it up. 30 naira for this, then let me say 30 naira for that cement sack. That's 60 naira. You already have your yam head. You plant it. You just keep watering it. Once every 2 days or every day. Sometimes when you eat, you just put it around. Let it serve as compost around the sand in the sack. Next year, you repeat the same thing. Before you know it, if you are eating 100 tubers of yam, you are reproducing 200 tubers of yam for next year. Imagine every household in Nigeria is doing that, producing what they are eating in terms of the yam. Let me use yam for example. Every household, or at least half of the household. Do you know how the price of yams will drop in the market if everybody is farming yam? Just imagine that. Just take a moment and just think it and say, wow, that's true. In my compound, I have a house. In my compound, I have space. I'm not using it for anything. Everybody that has a house or everybody that has space, because some landlords might not want that. But you're living alone in the compound, or you have a house, you have space, and you can produce for yourself 100 to 200 tubers of yams every year within your space where you stay. Imagine how far that will go. Everybody producing yam, those selling the yams in the market, the price will come down. Price will come down. We keep talking about GMOs. Oh, Oyibo people are bringing for us GMO, genetically modified organism food. That is maybe, I don't know. I'm not saying it's hazardous, but let us assume and go with some of the narratives out there that is hazardous. I've not done my research on that. So let us assume people as the complaints out there about GMO foods being hazardous. What if the solution is for you to go and produce your own? The problem is that a lot of us think going to farm is something that is left for the old people or people that don't have other opportunities to do anything. You have to disabuse your mind of that mentality. Or, oh, this one doesn't have what he's doing, or this one is jobless. Some of the wealthiest people in this world are farmers. You think farming is not easy? Some of the wealthiest people in this world are farmers. Some of these senators that in Nigeria, Abuja, they have farms, fish farms, big, large farms here in Abuja, in Nasarawa State. They have a lot of farms, big poultry farms, fish farms. Some of them are producing these bell peppers you are seeing in the market are owned by some of these National Assembly members. Then let's talk about Bill Gates, the largest farmland owner in the world. I don't know if he's still the largest. Maybe there's somebody else. But let me say he's either number one or number two largest farmland owner in the world. So what makes you think farming is for people that are relegated to the background of the society? No. And it's something you can do even while still working. While you are working, going to your regular job, you come back once in a while, you check it. You check what you are doing. Some of you have flowers that you tend to every day. The same way you have this garden that you tend to every day. You nurture it every day. This sack, for example, now can produce 2 tubers of yams. If we divide it into 2. You say, no, what if they fill it with sand when it is growing? See, the sand itself is the medium where the food, the plant, the yam, or whatever you're planting grows. The sand does not later go and become yams. The sand is just the medium which it grows. There are nutrients within the soil which the yams or whatever you plant absorb. Why am I saying this? It's not as if as the yam is beginning, the sand is what will form. No, the sand is just for it to house the yam, create a space, the womb for the yam to grow. So it doesn't form part of the yam. The sand doesn't become the yam. So it's what you feed it with. So if you are saying There is no nutrients. You have food that you eat in your house that you throw away as waste. Vegetables, carrots. When you finish eating your rice, you throw it away. Beans, I say beans, meat, bones. You can put them in that sand. So that sand, you don't have to, when you finish, you say, no, this sand, there's no nutrients here again on this sand. Let me go and throw away the sand and look for new sand. No. All you just do, after some time, when you harvest, you gather the sand together, pour all this waste, food waste there, churn it, it becomes compost over time. You use it to farm again. You use it to farm again. This can produce 2 tubers of yam. So I was trying to explain something earlier. Let's assume you can plant and you have 2 tubers of yams. When it grows, if you have, the longer or the deeper the length of the sack that you're using to plant is, the better for you. Because if you check my last video, you will see that the video I posted in 2022, not my last video, the video I posted in 2022, you will observe that when my yams got to the base, it became flat. It flattened because it couldn't penetrate this sack. So the longer the sack you get, the better. If your compound where you are has soil already, so you can decide to open this and just fill up the sand inside, so that once it gets to the ground, it continues penetrating down to the soil, you know. But if it's not yours, maybe the compound has been flawed, you cannot go and break somebody's compound that because you want to farm. You go and remove maybe they've done stamped concrete, or they tiled the compound, or they did German floor on the compound. You go and start breaking somebody, they will arrest you with police. What am I trying to say? You can grow your own food at your own convenience. I'm saying yams because yam is something that is very expensive out there, which is quite obvious very well now that anybody can just do it for themselves. Anybody can just plant the yams themselves. So what are you waiting for? You want to go and start, you are crying that you don't have food to eat, but you have space in your compound that you can make use of. You don't have food to eat, but you have space. It's not just even yams. You can plant beans. If you stitch up this, for example, you stitch this up, this side up, and now split it here. You will now have this side open and this side open. So it can be turned like this now. So you have sand here, sand in this side. You can plant beans. You have 3 beans here. Or let me just say 2 and 2 on this side. I have beans. Early this year, I did an experiment where I planted beans in sack bags, which didn't produce because it was not its time. But August, November, September now, it produced flowers in August, and September it has produced pods. By the end of this September, that beans will be ready to be harvested. Although it's few because all the leaves, in fact, I had given up on that, but I just said, let me just leave it there. And the reason I left it there is because we were eating the leaves. Now me plant them. Now me they chop the leaves. So as it refused to produce bean seeds, I started eating the leaves of the beans after doing my research, finding out that beans leaves can be eaten. I used it to make soup. I was using it to make soup till it finished there. Now, the surviving ones have started producing, even though it's about just 4 beans pods, but it showed that this is actually the season. What's going to happen to those beans pods? I'm gonna eat them. Those beans pods. Once it dries up and the beans are there, even if it's 4 beans pod and I have only 12 grains of bean seeds, or be 12 grains of beans or 12 seeds of beans, I will cook it and eat. It's my sweat. Na me work am, na me go chop am. Monkey dey work, monkey dey chop. Do you understand? So you don't need to waste. I'm not saying waste. If you can afford to be wasting, good and fine. It's not even as if I I take concern me. I just dey tell you, if you have, if you are going to eat this tuber of yam and you know you throw this away, why not just plant it? Watch it grow. Start with one. If you've not done it before, just start with one. That's your flower pot that you're using to plant flower. Like if you travel, you'll be like, oh, I left my flower out, I've not wet it. Why not do it for something that will nourish your body? Why not? Don't say you don't have land. You don't have, I don't have a big expanse of land. You're not farming to go. I'm not farming like me. I'm not farming to sell. I farm to feed myself and my immediate household. Apparently, you too. Basically, you're not farming to go and sell. So, what if you can produce your food yourself? Basibe, Basimonatis, Basimonatas. Go and start farming in your compound, in your backyard. Go and start farming. So, if what I said makes sense, drop your comment what you learned from this video. Drop it in the comment section. Help me like this video. It's not as if I'll be posting like this now. You will not be liking. Now I've posted and you like, okay, this guy makes more sense. So, and you will just watch the video and go without liking. Like this video. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Basibe, Basimonatis, Basimonatas. Bye.